Hey guys, and welcome back for today's video, August 7th, 2018, talking about this American League East matchup between the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. Of course, the Red Sox having themselves a tremendous year on the money line, coming into this one as slight favorites at about -116, so almost about a coin flip. And not a huge surprise to see the Red Sox only come in as slight favorites on the road, given the struggles that Pomeranz has had on the mound. But on the flip side, with Toronto, Stroman also not putting up great numbers this year. So in terms of where these two teams are standing, you have the Boston Red Sox at a highly impressive 79-34 overall, and they've started to separate themselves from the New York Yankees, of course, in their prior series, a 4-game homestand against New York, and the Red Sox going on to sweep that series. So as a result of that, the Red Sox now standing 9 games clear of the second-place Yankees, and the Red Sox having one of the more incredible regular season that we've seen in recent years. In terms of their numbers, Boston first in the majors in runs scored, and then they're second in total team ERA. Today, like I said, Boston sending out 29-year-old lefty Drew Pomeranz, who's had his issues, but he's probably been one of the only guys in this Red Sox lineup that's had major problems this year. But 10 starts for Pomeranz, sitting on a pretty ugly 6.56 ERA and a 1.8 whip. But Pomeranz looked a bit better in his last outing, which came at home against the Phillies. He went 5 innings, giving up just 4 hits, 2 earned runs. So maybe he can continue to build off of what was at least a slightly better outing there, certainly for Pomeranz, only giving up 2 earned runs compared to what we had been getting out of the 29-year-old lefty. But behind him is the best offense in baseball, so even if he is not able to go into Toronto and lock things down, he at least has something to potentially fall back on with the offense, of course, that Boston puts out there on the field on a daily basis. So then you have the home team, the Toronto Blue Jays, coming up short in their last outing, losing to the Mariners on the road by a final of 3-6, but a successful series nonetheless, with Toronto going on to win 3 out of 4 in Seattle. But still on the year, a disappointment for Toronto, 9 games below 500 at a mark of 51-60 overall. It's just really hard to find traction right now in the American League East, given how dominant both Boston and New York have been. So Toronto, in terms of their numbers, just 24th in the majors in total team ERA, 18th in runs scored, and Marcus Stroman, the 27-year-old righty, taking the mound. He's taken a step back this year. He's made 15 starts. He's had some ugly numbers, 5.63 ERA, a 1.49 whip, and in his last outing, Stroman was rocked on the road by the Oakland Athletics. Stroman going 5 innings, giving up 11 hits and 7 earned runs. So in terms of this pitching matchup, I'd almost have it at about a 50-50 based on the fact that Pomeranz at least looked a little bit better in his last outing compared to Stroman, who was beat up pretty bad. And then in terms of their numbers, there's not a whole lot separating these two starters who have both been a disappointment. But with all that being the case, and when you take in to consideration just how dominant the Boston Red Sox have been, both at home and on the road, they're coming to this one almost as about a 50-50, which you don't get with Boston all that often unless they're playing a really high-level opponent who has a high-level pitcher out there, and that's not the case here today. So based on all that, going to go ahead, side with the road team, taking the Boston Red Sox on the money line at -116. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. Check out all of our picks over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you guys back here for tomorrow's video.